Hey, welcome to day 2 of the challenge. Last class was day 1 of the challenge, where this is an introduction to the web authoring unit, and the challenge was to take this image, this Photoshop image, and to turn it into a web page. This is a combination of using Photoshop and Dreamweaver. So this is the web page. You notice that there's rollover links, and you notice here that if you look down in the bottom corner here, you notice that if you click on it, it takes you to different web pages. Okay, so the links actually do work. Okay, here we go. So hold on to your seats. I'm going to show you how to do this very quickly. By the end of this class, you should have finished this activity. You should have finished this challenge. You should have completed this challenge. By the beginning of this class, you should be ready to show me and for a completion mark. So hold on to your seats. I'm going to move fast. Now, first of all, let's look at the completed version. Now, it looks like it's one web page. It looks like it's one image. But what I want to show you is that it's a combination of actually many different images. So if I right-click this, open this new tab, right-click this, open in a new tab, right-click this, open a new tab. Okay, these are all actually separate images, as you can see. Okay. Now, another hint to this is have a look at the Photoshop image. I'm going to close off a couple of panels that I'm not using. Okay, you notice how it's divided into many layers and folders. Okay, so there's one layer, but you notice that the layers that I divided into don't necessarily correspond to the layers to the images here. So how does that work? Okay, so they're not the individual images are not simply different layers, as you can see from here. Okay, a couple things I want you to notice is I want you to notice the buttons. Okay, so here are the rollover buttons. I could turn them on, I could turn them off. Okay, so here's the non-rollover version, and here's a rollover version. Now watch this. Now on the website, if the mouse rolls over it, okay, then what I'm doing is I'm viewing the rollover version. Okay, and when the mouse rolls out of it, I'm viewing the non-rollover version. Okay, and you can see from here that these are actually separate images. So another clue to the puzzle here. Now, another clue to the puzzle is let's have a look at the completed project. So I'm going to go back. This is done. Okay. Now, look at these files here. You notice that there's actually two of every button. Okay. So there's an email tab, and there's a email tab that's not highlighted, tab that is highlighted. So if you go back to the website and have a look, it's as if something is telling the browser that if the mouse rolls over it, okay, to flick between to flick from this image to this image, and when the mouse rolls off it, okay, you're flicking back from this image back to this one. So how does all this work? Now, this video is not meant to simply give you the answer. I'm going to show you a few things, give you some hints, give you kind of a push in the right direction, and you still have to figure out how to do this. Okay? Now, here's a couple more hints kind of in the right direction. Now, first of all, how do we get these images sliced together? Now, you notice here that this image here looks a little like, so this image here looks a little like this one here. Look at this, and look at this one. Well, for that, we're going to start in here. We're going to need to use the slice tool. Okay, the slice tool is located here. Okay, and the slice tool literally works like a knife. I could slice it any way I want. Okay, and then what I could also do here is I can edit slice options, and I can name the slices. And it just so happens that the name of the slice, okay, happens to show up as the name of the file eventually. Okay, so more clues to the puzzle. Now, let me show you a finished product of how this slicing works. So slicing this image has something to do with saving each part of the image as an individual file. Okay, so let me give you a little let me show you the end result of the slicing. So here is here's the image that it's all sliced apart, and you notice here that notice the shape of the slices, okay, and notice the shape of the images. Okay, now things are starting to make sense a little bit. Look at the shape of this email image. Make it a little bit bigger for you to see. Okay, look at the shape of this email image, and look where I made the slice. Okay. Okay, so the next part here is when you're done slicing. So when you're finished slicing this part, how do I move from a Photoshop image, an image, into an HTML page? Okay. So if you have a look at this, go view. So here's the source code. Okay, here's the HTML source code. So somehow I need to move from this image into this one here, and let me give you a hint how to do it. File, save for web and devices. Okay, save it. Now I'm going to cancel it. And when you're done that, okay, you're going to come up with an HTML file and a set of images. Okay. Now, the next question is, well, how do I make the rollovers? So how do I make it do this? So here's what I want to do. When the mouse rolls over it, it flicks from one image to the other. Okay. It flicks from this image to this image. Okay. And when the mouse rolls out of it, it flicks from this image back into this one. Well, for that, I'm going to get inside Dreamweaver and do that. So here's my HTML file in Dreamweaver. If I click on Design View, I can see what it looks like in the Design View. Okay, and let me give you a hint on how to do that. So I want to click on this. I'm going to go Insert, Image Objects, Rollover Image. Okay, and I have the original image and I have the rollover image. Aha! Now I'm missing a key step here. Now if I slice it, I have one image, but I don't have the rollover image. So somehow I need to get both sets of images. You see one image and the second one and the second, this one and the second one. So how do I do that? Well, it's done in here. It's done in here somewhere. You notice that the different layers, one with the rollover, one without the rollover. And there you have it. That's pretty much as many clues as I want to give you without having to show you exactly how to do it, which I'm going to do later anyways. So good luck.